Hello, hello, and welcome to BTRJ. And for those who are not familiar with this channel, it's just about a week or a couple of weeks old. It's being the real Janet. That is me, Janet. Thank you so much. I would like to say, before I say anything else, apologies to those who may have or who have seen my previous videos and may have found it a bit unsettling, a bit uncomfortable. The thing is this, sometimes when you bottle things in you for a very long time, you tend to become bitter. You tend to view others who may not be connected to the situation in a different way. So the best thing to go about this is letting someone know, especially when it comes to relationships. If you are an introvert like me, most of us, we like to keep our relationship problems and was so not private, and it becomes much more so when you have tried to confide in someone and you have felt betrayed, or they seem not to understand where you are coming from. So if you saw that video and find it a bit unsettling, or you didn't really like it, I'm telling you, these things are happening. People are being taken advantage of, and we should not let that happen. Ladies out there, I'm not saying the men are not being taken advantage of. It's happening. But ladies, know your right. Know that you should be able to speak up about your problem. Someone not treating you right, make sure you're able to talk to someone. If that person doesn't seem to be trustworthy, I'm not sure where you are seeing me from. You may not have a doctor's surgery like we have here, or if you're not the church going type, someone to talk to. But even the church going type, you still got to be careful who you confide in, because not every pastor out there, not every church member out there is trustworthy. So we need to be very, very, very careful. We need to be very careful, but trust someone and then let them know what you're going through. All right. Otherwise, you, the victim, may become the perpetrator. Okay. Right. Today, guess what? This channel has no formula. Okay, we don't do maths. We do I say it as it comes. Okay, but trust me, if it's not worth talking about, I would not talk about it. We are talking football. Yeah, we are talking football. Today we are talking the Black Stars performance at the World Cup. Surprised? Honestly speaking, I do not know much about football. I enjoy the game, okay? I will sit in front of my telly, do all the screaming that you can think of as a woman or a lady, but I can tell you if it is offside, it's offside. Okay, I can tell you if it is penalty, it is penalty. I can tell you if somebody has done a bad tackle, it's a bad tackle. That's what I know, and I make it. It's not. It just happens. If I'm interested in a particular club and I watch your football, these days I'm a bit lazy with watching football, and I watch football. Yes, I do know most of the players. All right, I do know most of. Trust me, from the Klinsmann's era. Okay, if you remember that football made in Germany, if you are in Ghana, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so yes, a little bit about it. I love the Black Stars team so much. Honestly, I love them so much. And I'm a little passionate about football. So, I did not see the last game against Colombia. Ghanaians, we have a little bit of our colonial masters mentality. They're not so good bet. Okay. When we have to make hay when the sun shines, we would wait till we see the clouds before we start making hay. You are going into a tournament. You've trained for it. You've prepared for it. Yes, I know you've had your ups and downs. And I so appreciate it. Honestly, before I go any further, I would like to say this. Anton Semenyo. Nyachi. If I've done anything you're not too happy about, quake 'em. Alright? Quake 'em. I admire football so much. You're good at what you do. And nobody should tell you otherwise. I'm sure you know this by now. You're so blessed to have good parents who will do anything to make sure you succeed. Let's be thankful. Okay? So if there is anything I've done you're not too happy about, apologies. Now, I have one thing in mind which I feel you may not have been too happy about. I'm not going to say it. You may know it, you may not know it. But after the first game against Panama, I thought, okay, from my point of view, from the nurse's diagnosis without the plan and the implementation bit of it, I thought you should have been rested or played maybe just half of the game. Not that you were not good enough to play the other. I thought you needed a bit more reserve to play against Croatia. That was my feedback. Miyoba, how much do I know about football? England, you are known. You are playing against almost those you've played with. And I mean, the England team has picked the best from all the English Premier League players. So, I felt with the system that was played, you could have been rested for at least half of the game. You shouldn't have played all. From the beginning, I thought probably you should have been rested for the entire game. But playing the full time, I thought that wasn't fair on you. I'm surprised Asante has been on the bench. That guy has loads of talent. His lungs have got wings. Why didn't they use him? I was expecting him to do so well with you, Anton, in the Croatia game. The way I see it as a woman, the way I see it as who will scream at the telly at anything. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Renchi did wonders. The thing is this, these teams, a team like England, you playing against England, to me, despite that penalty being disallowed. That penalty wasn't given. Ghana, Black Stars, you could have still won that game. You could have still won that game. Yeah, it was so unfair. That penalty wasn't awarded, and there was a tackle. I don't know. I can't quite remember who did that. That tackle some years back broke someone's ankle. I can't remember which team, which match it was, and another person did it again and was sent off. It was done against a Black Star player. That should have been punished. That player who did it should have been punished. Trust me, I love the English football. I love them when they play. But to me, I've seen them play, probably not as much as I used to see them play. On telly, of course, I haven't been to the stadium. And I've seen you, the Black Stars, play. Despite your ups and downs, I've still felt you had a little edge over them. I felt you could have won that game. Okay? I felt the Black Stars could have gotten away with a win. Now, for a team to achieve a goal together, okay, to win against another, there should be good communication. And do you know, I saw this communication among the Egyptians when they played. I can't remember is it the Argentinas? Is it or Australia? So I think the one was Australia. They understood each other. They played like a team. They played like a team. Oh gosh, it's hot. It's hot. They played like a team. Black Stars used to play like that, but for some reason I don't see that anymore. I don't see it anymore. Yes, somebody will say that you don't train together as much as you should because you've got players who play outside the country. But has anyone thought about this? It's just a plan. It may work, it may not work. Has anyone thought about this? Anytime those playing outside are on a break, to give some small incentive for them to come down for holidays and then play with the local players for fun. You don't have to make so much noise about it. It could be just fun. You do it and have some barbecue together for team building. Where there is segregation, communication can be very difficult. Have you thought about that? Let's say summer breaks. Summer breaks are usually the longest. Yeah, I think. I may be wrong, but if there is a chance to invite them over, pounds unless dollars can crave more. They come down. You say you're having a barbecue, or you are doing this for them, but they have to play first. Like they play, you don't have to make some. And I'm sure if you even do it that way and make a little noise about it, people will come and watch them play. Build that rapport, know each other. Okay, know each other. Try and break that barrier of I'm superior than you thing. We are all fighting for Mother Ghana. That's what I think. And just like I'm talking so much as if I know so much about football, we should let the coach do their work. They have been tasked with a responsibility. When you let them to take full responsibility of their task, you can hold them accountable when they fail. But if you don't, and everyone starts, this should do this, you should play this this player because he will be giving more, you should do this, you should do this, or because somebody's relative is who and who, so they should do this, they should do this, then you're taking the job out of the coach's hands. and he cannot be blamed if he fails. Unfortunately, they may not come out to say it, but knowing deep down, you, GFA, cannot really blame them when they fail. Give them the responsibility to work with the players. And the coach should also learn to communicate with his players. I'm sure going to tournaments like that is not for the players going to sell themselves, or they are not being to go and sell yourself so that you can get a team to play for abroad. You can get somebody to scout you. The first and foremost goal is for Mother Ghana. That's what it should be. I've said the little I know about team building. That's why we have managers who fail at their... You may know it, but if you cannot communicate, you fail at your job. You fail. Anyway, that doesn't mean that you should not be assertive. You must be assertive. Let your work speak for itself. Okay? Our songs, I enjoyed every bit of them. Kofi Kinaata, next time, Mpocho. Bra, Mpocho P. Yempe Ghana title, Ghana Odende. We are not coming home. We are going for gold. Ntiyeko ama Ghana. Kunhuma Ghana. Something like that. I'm sure you can put it right. Yempe Ghana Odende. Ghana Odende. Just a beefy. Thus, we are going for gold. So, that's all I have for you today. And I say happy Sunday. I hope the week coming brings you so much fulfillment. Till I come your way again, keep being healthy, be happy, and be kind. Bye-bye.